Amber Heard received support from over 130 individuals and groups in an open letter. There is a huge outpouring of public sympathy for Amber Heard. Nearly 6 months after she was unsuccessful in a well-publicized defamation lawsuit initiated by her ex-husband Johnny Depp, Heard has received support from more than 130 individuals and groups working to promote women's rights, end domestic abuse, and raise awareness of sexual assault. Gloria Steinem, a leading feminist, the National Organization for Women, the National Women's Law Center, Equality Now, and the Women's March Foundation were some of those organizations. In the letter, Heard and anyone who expressed their support for her during and after the trial were subjected to unprecedented defamation and ongoing online harassment. The letter stated that a lot of the harassment was motivated by misinformation, misogyny, biphobia, and a commercialized social media atmosphere where a woman's claims of sexual assault and domestic violence were made fun of. The same lies and victim-blaming cliches are now being applied to other people who have reported abuse. The letter stated, in our view, the Depp v. Heard decision and ongoing discussion around it demonstrate a fundamental misunderstanding of intimate partner and sexual abuse and how survivors respond to it. The harm caused by the transmission of this false information is immeasurable. We are really worried about the growing practice of using defamation lawsuits to intimidate and silence survivors. Amber Heard's op-ed for The Washington Post. Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's fury, in which she referred to herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse, served as the basis for the lawsuit. Although Depp wasn't specifically named in the article, his lawyers were successful in arguing that Heard alluded to her publicly made accusations against him during their divorce proceedings. Depp consistently refuted the accusations. However, Heard partially prevailed in her countersuit. The same jury found that Depp's former lawyer defamed her by asserting that the assault allegations were untrue, and she was given a $2 million award. Depp and Heard both plan to challenge the judgments. The letter that was made public on November 16 represents one of the biggest public shows of support for Heard following months of silence from many groups after the verdict, according to NBC News reporters Kat Tenbarge and Calhoun Rosenblatt. After the trial, many were hesitant to speak up, a representative for the letter's co-authors told NBC, because they saw what was happening to the ones who had. After meeting on the set of The Rum Diaries, Heard and Depp were married. Before she filed for divorce in 2016, they had been married for just over a year. She listed the reason as irreconcilable disagreements. She also requested a domestic violence restraining order against Depp a few days later. She allegedly provided the court with a photo of a bruise above her eye.